Hello there, all you fine looking people. Uh, Yesterday was a screwed up day because I got nothing done that I was supposed to get done in the morning, and I didn't go for my walk. And I got wrapped up in doing stuff on the computer, and then I took a nap. Then I got up and was felt horrible. Uh, I just feel off. And I did force myself to lift weights yesterday. And then I was like, I think I'll take a walk at night, after sun goes down. What difference does it make? I just don't want to have anything to do with any of the people in the building. And I got two phone calls that were fairly long. One of them was from my brother, and it lasted till after midnight. So much for taking a walk at night. I figured I wouldn't be going to sleep until late, and he needed to talk, and I guess I needed to talk a little bit, but um, anyways, so it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I go out and I come out of my prison here, and I go out, and what do I hear? Oh, I hear the drunk guy in the hallway saying something like, "I told you I'll be out there in a minute." He's yelling at 1 o'clock in the morning in the hallway. So it's coronavirus be damned. It's business as usual for alcoholics. Because you're still allowed to go in and buy his stuff and get out, so you can still buy his beer and get out. But as far as the pandemic here in this state, I'm sorry, that's not a good sign. Cough being one of the symptoms, and I feel off. Yeah, but no use being paranoid about that stuff. But anyways, things have gotten a little, starting to blow up a little bit here in this state. We got 37 cases, 11 hospitalized, and a third case in this county. So today is not a good day for me to be off because I have an appointment tomorrow where I have two appointments tomorrow with people coming to my house. And in other states where it's worse than it is here, they're like anybody over 65 should be quarantined. And I'm 52, but my body is like 85, so you know, uh, I'm one of those unfortunate people that should have to be extra cautious about it. So I'm gonna call the agency that sends over the aid worker and talk to them about, like, maybe I'll still let her come in here because the way it looks like, it's like you're not going to be able to hide from this stuff. And I can't. I've been under quarantine for 18 months waiting to get out of quarantine, which is funny in a sick way. Well, it made my one of my phone callers laugh yesterday, not my brother, the other phone caller. And I said, "Man, I've already been under quarantine for 18 months," and he knew exactly what I was talking about because I'm kind of trapped in this building. And you know, I don't think psychologically, I don't think I can handle it. I'm was looking so forward to getting out of here and sitting outside and living in a different place and everything. And now, like, the bars are shut down, the restaurants are shut down, any gathering of people is shut down here. Um, the schools are shut down, um, and what else? There's something else in there, but I don't remember. But our state, Ohio, was considered a model of preparedness because we started preparing for the pandemic before it ever got here. Like in early February, we just assumed since it was spreading to other countries that it would get here. So uh, our governor, Mike DeWine, um, apparently didn't have his head up his ass about this whole thing. There was something in there about Trump's slow response and how he still held rallies and stuff and still had gatherings while the coronavirus was going on. But I don't get into the whole. I don't like politics and talking about politics, but that was just part of the articles that I read. And but yeah, we started out like with a few cases in Cleveland. Now we got 37 cases, and I think 10 counties involved, so including mine. So so what do I do? Do I go like, well, it's not spread completely yet, so now would be the time to try to get something done, uh, until it's under complete lockdown, and people are just keeping away from each other in isolation. I mean, I don't know. I guess you just got to roll the dice, take your chances. Um, as far as like, yeah, I got to get in the car with a guy that's had contact with I don't know how many people. I think 192 people are under investigation here as far as being possible carriers of the virus. But the problem is like, you can carry it and not know it, and feel fine. So, I don't know. They're doing the best they can about trying to control the spread of it, obviously, by shutting down any mass gatherings. You can still do takeout and carry out. You still have to get your food at the grocery store and stuff. So, um, yeah. The thing that I said about the virus lasting on surfaces for 72 hours was correct, by the way. So, what is that? Where does that leave you? You're not going to be able to hide from this completely, and I will just go bananas. You know, I got a reminder last night at 1 o'clock in the morning, like, this place is going to be a fucking nightmare when it gets warmer. And that's also a sign that the dude probably doesn't have a job if he's up at the. It's hard to tell with alcoholics if he's up past 1 o'clock. Um, I don't know. I stay in here with my fan on, and I try to keep the noise to a minimum. I heard Stampy this morning stomping around over the fan, so she must have been really stomping, because if I stay in this room and I have the fan on, I usually don't hear her. So she must have been stomping like crazy. But the amount of noise in the building is off the hook. And then I got a new dog outside my window from the people that moved up from Georgia parking. So it's like, I just want quiet. Can I please have some quiet? Um, but yeah, whatever happens tomorrow, I mean, I think I'll contact the guy today, or try to contact the guy today, and still see about moving, you know. So if you think about it, man, how can you hide from something like this? It's like, you can only be careful. But if it can exist apart from human beings on surfaces, and you can, and they also found out that the people that have recovered from it, the virus is still, they still carry the virus, they're just recovered from it. So you can actually get it spread to you from a well person who had it and recovered from it. They said that's kind of like good news, because that means if you catch it and get over it, you only catch it once, because they're not reinfected. They're carrying around the virus and they're well. So I think the statistics I quoted were maybe off, because the site that I looked at this morning, it said 166,000 cases worldwide, a little bit over 6,000 deaths. It's still in the ballpark of what I quoted of, I just rounded it up to 180,000 cases and 5,000 deaths, which is, this is changing all the time. Like, we had 37 cases pop up here in the last 10 days. So, it's scary. I wouldn't be scared at all if I was healthy. I wouldn't be scared at all. I would just be careful. But I'm not healthy. I'm a high-risk candidate, and I can't afford to get sick right now. Plus, my psyche is kind of fragile. stomping right now. You can't hear it, but I can. Um, yeah, because I had my evening disrupted and I didn't get my walk and stuff, I took a extra 5 milligrams of Valium about 2 in the morning or something like that, and I went to sleep at 3 or 4, and I woke up at 9:30 in the morning, and I'm barely here. So um, maybe this will help me wake up so I can make my phone calls and talk to that agency, because that's concerning, because those people go from house to house and they do a lot of traveling, and they'd be perfect carriers of disease. And not only would they be perfect carriers of disease, um, they're visiting, they're aid workers, so they're visiting old and sick people. And so their agency might be shut down. I mean, I don't know. They don't want to be shut down because they're barely making it. And like my aid worker said, she's worried about getting sick because she's having trouble paying the bills. And I'm like, I'm worried about getting sick too, because it'll kill me. You know, so that might not necessarily kill me, but I'm one of the, I would be considered a high risk candidate. But yeah. So yeah, when you're talking about I've never, I've lived 52 years and I've never seen anything like this, where they closed bars and restaurants and schools, and all I could think about was, like, we would pray for like one snow day just to get a break from school. And they were just worried about the kids being any mass gatherings in school is a mass gathering, so they're just worried about the kids being carriers. They're not worried so much about them getting sick and dying. So, because uh, people with compromised health are the main people who have to worry about the mortality thing. Yeah, I had something else I wanted to say in there, but I don't remember what it was that was pertinent to the topic. But I mean, life has to go on. This isn't going anywhere. That's the thing that people don't understand. It has to go on. What they're doing is they're trying to stop the spread of it and hoping that science can get ahead of it and we can figure out something to do about it. So that's why they're locking down everything. That's what I was saying. In my lifetime, I've never seen anything like this, where they're shutting down restaurants and bars, and they canceled March Madness, the basketball tournament. It's never happened in my lifetime. They say they suspended the NBA, but they canceled it. And here's a kick in the ass for me, is I have a MLB TV subscription that costs $93, and it's automatic renewal. I get it every year, and I didn't think of it, because I was looking forward to the baseball season, but this happened real fast in Ohio. This was before they started shutting down events and stuff, and I wasn't keeping up with it, and I just wasn't thinking about it, because that's why they want you to have automatic renewal on things like that. It's because you don't think about it, and you're like, already billed. So that's what happened, is I'm going to be paying $94, $93.99 for baseball that's not being played, because they're like the NFL. They give you 5 days to get a refund, and after 5 days, too bad I got billed on the 28th of February. So they stuck me. There's no way out of it. I mean, I was trying to get my $100 back, and I was reading up on their policies, and they're like, we don't care if you're watching nothing. We got your money. Deal with it. So, that sucks. But I was happy with my bank account total on March 3rd, and they already took that on the 28th. So, but I don't think that's fair. I think I should be like, if you go to a movie theater and the projector breaks or whatever they use, and you can't see no movie, you should be able to get your ticket price back. When they're going to show me empty baseball fields. So that doesn't seem fair, but that's NFL is even worse. I think it had a 3-day cancellation process, and they billed me wrong, and I just happened to catch it. At least they billed me right, Major League Baseball. But anyways, um, yeah, no morning walk for me. No morning. I mean, yeah, my brother needed to talk late until after midnight, and then, um, like I said, that was upsetting to me to hear that drunken dude in the hallway yelling after 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I didn't get up until late, and I didn't get enough sleep, as you can probably hear in my voice, and I have to figure out like tomorrow, like do I really want to have contact with people, and uh, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I've never seen anything like this in my 52 years. Uh, it's just it's like I said. The silver lining in it is people recover from it. It doesn't help someone like me who's got compromised health, or someone that's elderly. But if you're young or healthy, you're most likely to recover from it. And it kind of presents as like almost like bronchitis type symptoms. It's a respiratory deal. The early symptoms are fever and a cough, and my throat's kind of sore. But I haven't had any real contact with people, but you don't know, um, because that's the thing that's scaring everybody is we don't know, we don't understand uh, what's going on. All we understand is like we look at the numbers, and I said I was talking to the dude on the phone yesterday, and I said, well, there's like 8 cases, and he goes, no, there's 26 cases, and I look on the computer for the latest update today, and there's 37 cases. So the rate of spread, the fact that it can exist on surfaces for up to 72 hours. So you got the doorknob thing, or the chair thing where you can put your hand on the arm of a chair. So I'm not going to any public places for a while until they figure this out. They want to send people to my house. That's a little different because I can uh, stay away from them and have them wear a mask. I'm going to ask the guy tomorrow to wear a mask. But anyways, I got some thinking to do, and I guess I should do that. That's a good 18 minutes, but yeah, that's how things are here. It's just fun. It's funny to me, because I'm alienated outside of myself enough to see the humor of my situation. That I've literally been stuck in a room, quarantined, not able to get outside for 18 months, and then the coronavirus hits my state, and they're telling you to quarantine yourself. And I just now have enough money to where I can move and be unquarantined. So if I get a chance to be unquarantined and move, and the guy is like not a germaphobe and shows up tomorrow, and we go somewhere, and I drag my money in there, yeah, you gotta live. I can't live here, man. I'm gonna go batshit. So I'll be out and about. Take my chances. Roll the dice. Anyways, I got stuff to do, and I'm sure you do too. So I wish you luck, and hey, we're all in this mess together, right? So um, I the only comforting thing I can say about it is, it's not Captain Trips from The Stand. It's it has a very high survivability rate among healthy people. So by healthy, I mean I got like a heart condition, CRPS, can't walk. You know, by healthy, I just mean relatively healthy. I don't mean like papa. I can run a 100-yard dash in 11 seconds healthy, just like regular healthy. I mean, nobody wants to be sick, and but if you've had the flu before, plus another comforting thing is like the severity of the illness. If you do catch it and you're healthy, it varies. Some people walk around and it's not that bad. The guy that got the Utah Jazz guy, the one guy that caught it, he didn't even know he was sick or had it. Uh, they just had him tested because his teammate tested positive for it. So, you have to keep these things in perspective. And the reason for all the panicky quarantining and shutting down restaurants and bars is just simply that we don't know anything about what we're dealing with. So we have to be cautious. That's all. We do know is that people, uh, how many times more people recovered? See, I wish my math was better. How am I supposed to be comforting when yeah, at least 20 times more people recovered from it than died from it, and the people that died from it had compromised health or were old. So, you have to remember it's not a death sentence, it's just getting sick. Nobody wants to get sick. But if you're healthy, if I was healthy, I wouldn't even be worried about it. I would just be careful. If I, didn't have medical conditions. And so, but that's the reason why everybody's taking all these crazy precautions. Is we just don't know enough about it yet. But we do know that you can recover from it, and that the recovery rate far outstrips the death rate. So, and again, if you're healthy or somewhere in the ballpark of healthy, you're probably just gonna get sick. And who hasn't been sick before? So, anyways, I gotta drink my coffee and try to wake up and form. I guess I'm talking okay, but I gotta talk to this lady on the phone about the aid worker coming over tomorrow. She can come over. I just want her to wear a mask and gloves. I don't know about her doing my dishes. You know, she can come over and sit in a chair and keep me company. As long as she got a mask on. And I still want people to get paid. I mean, the economy is taking such a huge hit from this, locally, nationally. I mean, the stock market has plummeted. Uh, this, yeah, this is hurting everybody. Uh, and this woman here is like, she's her husband's kind of, what's a polite way to put this? Not emotionally stable and inept, and I don't know how much money he contributes to the household. So they're kind of dependent on money, and yeah. So if I do cancel on her, I'm taking. I do need a couple of things too. Uh, Taking money out of her pocket when I don't think this is the kind of thing that you can hide from completely. I mean, how are you going to hold up in your house? Even if you hold up in your house, you got to get food, and the food's been touched by how many people? And you're like, well, they wear gloves and stuff, and it's like, okay, it's a comforting way to think, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I got to make up my mind about what I'm going to do, and I'm sure you do too. So I'll leave you to it, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.